Yo, what's going on? Will here with another episode for you today. In this episode, it's audio only. It's also a tablet recording because my recorder didn't want to accept the SD card, and it took too long, so I had to push forward just to get the recording. And I'm sorry the quality isn't as good as what it sounds like now, but I did my best with some plugins that Adobe has to make it sound as good as I could. And sorry about that. But hopefully the conversation itself keeps you tuned in. Desmond, my guest, is awesome. He's my last guest of the 2020 year. I say that in sarcasm because 2020, 2021 doesn't matter to me. I used to be all about Happy New Year, but I stopped caring about that. Besides the point, me and Desmond had a great conversation about philosophy. We talked about Bruce Lee a little bit. We mainly talked about his past experience with martial arts. He is a brown belt in jiu-jitsu. He used to fight at MMA, and I did not know that until after I recorded, so that's my fault. But when I bring him back on, we're gonna talk about his fights in MMA. He's also a teacher at Balance Studios. He's an awesome dude. I worked with him, and I kind of sparred with him, and he's good, man. Like, he's got the lymph. He's just really good at what he does, and I appreciate him. And I got this rash guard from him. If you want to check out his gear, you could check him out I'll put it on the link on the description below. I always fuck that up, but he sells MMA gear pretty much. Rash guards, spats, MMA shorts, you name it. Check him out. His fucking gear is good. He drew this himself, and I believe he did the sleeve as well himself, which is pretty cool. Like, he does pretty good stuff. So definitely check him out on his Instagram account, and I'm gonna put it on the link below. Again, we talked about fucking philosophy, Bruce Lee as our guy, and others as our guide to living our life. We talked about the nature of our existence. Living in the present, just a good, chill conversation. A little bit about meditation because he meditated for 4 years, I believe. I fucking love him, and I'm glad I had him on. I just met him the day of too, because I met him before, but it wasn't like it was always like you roll with people and that's it, and then you don't get to meet them to have a conversation with them. That's why I love when I roll with people and hey, you want to come on a podcast, and then when they join me, we get to know each other better and just deep conversations. Like, that's what I want, man. I want more people that step up to the plate. I appreciate you, Dez, and I appreciate the listeners. Definitely one more time, check him out. Can't say enough about him. And that's about it. So, with that being said, I'm gonna conclude this episode as my last episode for 2020. I have a lot of things going on right now, so I'm trying to do a lot of shit in my brain. I'm not able to be so creative, so I'm trying to put that to the side. So for those of you listening, you probably won't be able to hear from me for another, a couple weeks until I get my shit together with everything I'm doing, my busy life, my adult life. But anyway, I'm still trying to grow this podcast. I'm still going to keep doing it. If you're interested in joining me, then again, give me a shout out, let me know, and we can do what we can do when the time comes. With that being said, I think I'm done clearing all that up. I appreciate you guys again. Happy New Year to you if you guys celebrate all that stuff. If you don't, that's fine. On to the next day. This is how I look at it. And I love you guys. Appreciate you. Value your life. Value your time, as always. And I now welcome you, Desmond, from a place of peace. All right, so this is gonna sound weird because I'm recording on my tablet. I have Dez here.
Hello.
We're in a location where there's gonna probably be some sound in the background, so I'm trying my best here because my recorder's not working, so bear with us. Anyway, that's out the way. So what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Just finished training. and you actually helped us, so I do appreciate you sparring with Mike earlier today.
Cool, man. So right into it, like, introduce yourself, like a brief intro, anything you want to mention about yourself.
All right, my name's Desmond. I've been training jiu-jitsu for about 10 years. Started MMA in 2015, a little late.
When did you start martial arts?
So I want to say 2010, 2011 I started. I wanted to start earlier, but never really took it serious until I started seeing like the Gracies on UFC and stuff like that. So I got interested, saw some instructional videos, really liked them. Then I started watching the UFC, and I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try.
That's cool. So you got into it because of the UFC?
The videos, yeah, the UFC videos.
When you first started watching it, did you like what the hell?
I was like, that's something I want to do, man.
On the ground, jiu-jitsu? Like when you
just fighting period.
Oh, just fighting period. All right, because I when I first started, I didn't when I started martial arts. When I first saw UFC, it was from a video game. I didn't know what UFC was. It was PS2 days.
Yeah.
So it was, I think it was UFC Takedown.
Okay.
I think it was called that. It was with Tito Ortiz and what's his name? Iceman. I forget his fucking name. Randy. Chuck Liddell. I said Randy.
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck Liddell.
I think
Is this Iceman or what the fuck?
Yeah, they used to call him Iceman.
Anyway.
I think he lives in Jersey or something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I saw when I saw the game. You know, I was a big WWE fan, or WWF, whatever, and I was like, "What the fuck are they doing? Like, this looks it's weird. It's like I don't know. They're like grappling awkward. Like this is not wrestling. It's not like you're jumping from the top of the turnbuckle or the ladder. It wasn't enough action. So I was just this is weird. So I thought it was fake because it was a video game, and then I saw I don't think I actually saw the actual fights, so I was confused by it. I was like, what is this? Because I thought it was like ECW, you know, those low quality wrestling things. So you didn't have any of that in mind?
Well, I mean,
if you play games or anything.
Yeah, if you want to go back to like when I was a kid, my brothers, they always used to play Street Fighter. So I guess they subliminally put that in my head, you know, just fighting in general was like a thing that we used to do. My brothers would fight all the time, you know.
Oh, really? Like fist fight or just like...
It's all kinds of fights, yeah.
Like
so,
aggressively angry?
Yeah, it's all love, you know what I'm saying? But that's what brothers do, man. They just fight each other.
Yeah, because they got out that... I don't know what it is about.
Aggression, you gotta get that out, man.
Yeah, get that out, right. I like to talk about that stuff because us now, as men, is like we still have that in us in a way, you know what I mean? Like it's different because now we have a responsibility with it. For me personally, I don't know about you, but like I have a stupid temper, and I had to learn how to figure out how to deal with my own anger management or whatever, so I can harness mindfulness into it and say, all right, let's not get mad.
It takes a lot, man.
Especially nowadays when people wanted to shoot you over shit. So I was like, I don't want to die, dude. Did you? When you did, because it just reminds me, you gave me flashbacks because I had a couple fights with cousins. I didn't have brothers. Okay. I have brothers, but I didn't have them living with me. But I used to get into fights with my cousins, of course, my childhood friends. And, I just remember being a bitch. I was always scared to fight. I didn't want to fight. I would get like super fucking nervous every time someone wanted to fight me.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really wants to fight. I didn't really want to fight either when I was younger. Always took the route of like I would say, like if Jesus doesn't fight, I don't fight. You know what I'm saying? But then when I got older, I'm like, you know what? Fighting's actually pretty fun. It does. You do get to express yourself, but it like you said, there is a responsibility. So what I was saying is, my father, he didn't want us to fight, so he would say, try to be a good example. There was a couple of times in high school where somebody did want to fight, and I was like, nah, I won't do it because Jesus won't fight. But I think that's the right path, but at the same time, as a kid, you're like, why didn't I, scrap? Right. And I guess that's what kind of got me into jiu-jitsu too. Like, I wanted to test myself, see if I could do it.
No, that's cool, man. Yeah. So you brought up Jesus a couple of times. Are you like religious or spiritual? You still have those beliefs?
I'm a Christian. I do believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not like one of those like super religious people, but I am spiritual, and I do think that if there was a role model, Jesus would be a great role model for everybody. You know, just to stay on the right path.
Right, that's cool. So going back to your brothers, are they training too, or is it just you?
Actually, my brother Craig, he does train jiu-jitsu. He's a brown belt. He's been training for about 9 years. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you guys train together?
Yeah. So
it's like
any brotherly aggression, any brotherly aggression, you could take it out on the mats. But we don't have any animosity towards each other. It's all love.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it like competitive, like in a
it's competitive,
good way?
Yeah, it's competitive in a great way. Being that he's the older brother, he always pushes me, and just makes sure I'm on point. And if I'm on point, that means he's on point. So.
Is he older than you, or?
Yeah, he's older than me. Yeah.
And you're a brown belt, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm brown belt.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm assuming you train both Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu like equal, or do you have
more Jiu-Jitsu than Muay Thai?
Jiu-Jitsu. Mm-hmm. Do you have a love for Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu? Like,
I love them both.
You love them both at the same time?
They're both very difficult to learn. Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you when you I want to take it back to your childhood. Mm-hmm. So when you didn't have martial arts, did you have aspirations or whatever the word is?
Aspirations?
Yeah, to start martial arts?
100%. Bruce Lee's the huge...
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, Bruce Lee's the man. His philosophy,
yes, thank you.
He's not a big guy like me. I'm not a big guy. I'm a skinny guy. Mm-hmm. So just seeing him like on videos beating people up and having a good philosophy behind it, I loved it. And that's why I wanted to join... when I was younger, but I never did.
Mm. Yeah. Why not? Why didn't you join?
I don't know.
That's cool.
I never went past the school and hey, I want to go do karate. It just was like I would do karate moves in my house by myself. You know.
Oh really? Yeah. You were trying to copy.
Yeah.
That's funny. I did a lot of that because when I was younger, I didn't know Bruce Lee as a philosopher. Mm-hmm. I was more like Bruce Lee as what the casual audience. Like all that shit he did, I was like, yo, he's so fucking good. Absolutely. My childhood was full of like imagination shit. Mm-hmm. So I used to think I was the one, like in the Matrix. I used to think that, oh my god, there's a way to get out of the Matrix. How the fuck do we do that? Let's figure that out. I want to unplug so I can see it. Like even though I forget his name when he said he didn't want to unplug. He went to go back into the Matrix. He wanted to forget everything. I forget his name.
Yeah, I forgot too.
But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I was like, maybe I might be like that guy, but I still want to fucking do it. Because I want to see what it, like, whatever.
That's deep. That's pretty deep, man.
I was I was a big movie guy, so I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Okay.
And Bruce Lee, once he showed me stuff, I'm like, yo, I want to make kung fu films. Like, I fucking love kung fu films. I just didn't know, I didn't see them enough. I was like, where's more? All right, so we're back. Oh, this is way better. Oh, shit. All right. I should have used this. The sound bar is like, wait, here's better anyway. Yeah. I was using speech to text, so the sound quality probably sucked in. I'm learning with this fucking tablet.
It's all good, man. That's what life is, a learning process.
Yeah, exactly. It's also like, I like to put this out there, not making excuses, it's just figuring shit out. Like my important sound quality is just out the door now, and I'm like, I see myself attached to it.
Yeah.
Still trying, like, is it working? But it ain't. So I'm like, I'm like letting it go. What was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about Bruce Lee and
Jackie Chan.
Yeah, Jackie Chan and Jet Li, all the guys that did kung fu stuff inside the films. It inspired me to do that in films, but I wanted to learn how to fight. I was like, I gotta learn how to fight this way. I want to know how to do all that crazy shit they're doing in the film, so I can make my own stuff. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to do karate. Like, I didn't know anything about jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, anything, Taekwondo. I didn't know shit. It was just Three Ninjas, all the films you know that
Ninja Turtles,
all that shit that said that anything with flying kicks and like all that crazy shit. I was focused on that. The boxing, I was kind of into, but not really. I didn't want to get hit that much. I was scared to fight. So
I could dig it, man.
Yeah, but that's where I came from inspiration from Bruce Lee. I didn't know him as a philosopher until I got older, and that's what grew my obsession with him. Was just like
like
that. Yeah, like. Not that I'm obsessed with him, but it's the way I respect like all the other philosophers that are not known as philosophers, like Joe Rogan. He's not really known as a philosopher to a lot of people. His casual audiences. He's Joe Rogan. He's MMA commentator. He's a comedian. You know,
he changed the world, man.
Yeah. And that's another thing with comedians too, is that they're all philosophers in a way, you know? Like, well, not all of them, but the majority of them, they have fucking philosophy. They understand that shit. They just bring humor to it. And I want to ask you about that. Like, do you have an interest in philosophy?
Oh, 100%, my whole life.
Like, what did you take from philosophy when you like, what do you know about philosophy, or what can you say that changed your life and your mindset about, like, just going through the trenches or the woods of philosophy, if I can say it. I don't know how to try to, like, get a good metaphor.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. My whole life I've been a loner. I kind of like think a lot. If you break down the word philosophy, it means love of wisdom. So that's me in a nutshell. I love wisdom. I named my daughter Wisdom.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice. Sophie is her name. Philosophy. So Philos is love.
That's good.
Sophie is wisdom. But that's all I do is I think a lot. I listen to people and I just analyze, and I don't know. I love.
That's cool, man. Yeah. Do you analyze me?
I want to analyze everything.
Nah, it's good. Not analyze it.
Not a bad way.
No, I know. I know you're not saying you're judging.
Yeah, I don't judge. I just analyze. So I can. Everything's a reflection. So anybody I meet is a reflection of myself. So I just gotta. I'm seeing who I am in another person, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it makes sense to me. Especially, I deal a lot with that, with self-reflection stuff. I preach that a lot with not. So I don't want to say this. I don't like to say this broadly too much, but about how we are all as one.
100%.
But I really have somewhat of a belief in it. I don't want to say I have a belief in it fully, but because I don't like to attach myself to anything, as everyone already, whoever listens to me knows what I mean by that. But because I say it so much, but I don't like. I like. Oh yeah, you know what? That's crazy. That's a great insight. Like we're all like one. This is why we gotta stop fucking hating each other. We gotta 100%. Stop killing each other. We gotta stop doing stupid shit to each other.
It's like a living organism, man. It's like we all live in a body, but you can't be like negative in one section of the body, because then that'll be like a cancer type of situation. Yeah. You gotta flow. You gotta flow like water, like Bruce Lee said.
Yeah, and then the other side of it. So I'm on the other side too. Mm-hmm. When I talk about self-reflection, it's what is the self-reflection? Mm-hmm. When you look in a mirror, you see yourself, correct? Mm-hmm. Now it's the other side. Now it's not saying that this other side of the window is the actual real thing, but I'm metaphorically speaking. The other side is, what if that dude is an asshole? What if he's mean? What if all the negative stuff? Mm-hmm. So I put two and two together, whatever, and I say, oh, so I need to understand the balance of everything, the good and evil, whatever, my bad thoughts, my good thoughts, and stop judging both sides and understand both sides, rather than saying I gotta be good more, I gotta be just good, positive vibes only, all that stuff.
Well, it's all good, both bad and good. It's all good. Everything's all good. That's why they say it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
But thinking about that mirror, the reflection thing, put two mirrors facing each other and look in the mirror. You'll see yourself in an infinite possibility of, who you could be. You could be a bad guy. You could be a good guy. You could be, any infinite possibility you could be.
Right.
That's why I look at people and I reflect. Everybody's a reflection. I can be that person. I could be you. You could be me.
Man. Yeah. You said that, and immediately I thought of Bruce Lee's scene in what's that film called? Enter the Dragon, is it?
Yeah.
When I guess that guy and the mirrors all like, and then it's him, and then the fucking what do you call it? The Wolverine claws.
Great movie, man.
You're saying that, and I think metaphorically he did that. I think he was trying to tell you in that scene to think about that, what you're just saying now. So I don't know. I was like, oh damn, I didn't think about that till now. It's just crazy. That's why I love Bruce Lee, because he left a lot of messages behind.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to. The one quote that really got me was, "I cannot teach you. I can only guide you to explore yourself." And that's where I was like, yo, I was like fucking high as shit. And I was like, yo, he's telling you all these things about self-discovery with his films, with anything that comes out of his mouth or anything he wrote.
If you listen to any philosopher, they're telling you exactly what you need to hear.
Same thing, yeah. Anybody, not just Bruce Lee, but anybody who's like talking about things in this way, they're leaving you stuff so that you can. Oh, let me play with that. It's like what do you call it? It's like a virtual, not a virtual.
It's like a matrix.
Yeah, it's like a matrix. Yeah, I guess it's like a matrix. Like you enter this matrix of like anything you can dig yourself around with philosophy, and then you find what works for you, and you're like, oh, that fucking makes sense, and you live off of that. You know, it changes your mindset, and it changes your life. You know what I mean? Is there anything that you learn from philosophy that carries you with martial arts? Like, is there like something that you discovered on your own that you want to share? Anything like that?
Martial arts, it humbles you, and I think that it makes you grow as a person. You can't be who you thought you were. You have to be the art form, which is pure goodness. You know, that's why I said it's all good previously. You break the self, your ego, you start realizing that there's a bigger picture, and it is the people that you meet. It's not you. You don't mean anything. It's taking care of everybody else. And when you do that, then you start getting that energy into yourself. When you take care of other people, you get it within yourself. That's not my goal. I'm not trying to just be nice to people to get that energy. I'm literally genuinely trying to be nice to people, and then I feel good.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like that right there. What you're saying is like you're not trying to. I know people do this shit.
That's all good, man.
When people want to do something good just because I'm
giving somebody money,
get some of that high. It's just like getting on Facebook and then you post something, and then I'm very this is me being outspoken. But when people virtue signal stuff like that to me is it's not good. But just hey, you want to do what you want. It's fine. But the virtual signaling, it's like it's a thing that you do. It's fake. It's weird. It's like it draws some weird energy, man. It's like
and people can feel it.
They can sense that shit.
You trying to say it's about me?
So what you mean? Yeah. So that's why I try to bring comedy, and that's my balance. That's why I have a Joker tattoo. I always. Joker is my...
Why so serious?
Yeah, why so serious? Joker is my... I'm the Batman. He's Joker to me. He's like, hey, don't forget about me, buddy.
Yeah.
Because you have to take care of it. Like, that type of shit. I have that mindset of using everything that I'm influenced by to pay attention to it. There's a deeper understanding of consciousness.
Absolutely.
That everything you see, everything I see with our own reality, that's who you are, if that makes sense. And this is why I'm trying to dig deeper in that of understanding, like almost as close as breaking into that matrix that I'm talking about, getting out of it and come back in, and then not really, but trying to figure out what am I doing here so I can help understand life deeper and whatever it is that I can do, so I can be a part of this philosophy group.
Correct.
I want to be the next Bruce Lee, not like him, but I want to be my own Bruce Lee. I want to be my own Joe Rogan, whatever it is that people left behind, Socrates, Plato, all the great philosophers.
And you realize that none of those guys were themselves.
Yeah.
They were the higher self.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you chase the higher self, you become the higher self.
Exactly, man. You just keep. For me, I call it learn, act, grow. That's just my way. I like to come out with my own little things. I've been developing my own little triangle system, and I think I got it from here. And I'm like, why am I so obsessed with triangles? Besides Legend of Zelda with the Triforce symbol.
It's all connected.
Yeah, dude. I've been tripping, dude.
It's not a trip. Life is a trip.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely a trip.
We're in a glitch, man. We're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Like life itself is not supposed to happen, but it did.
Like, what do you mean about that? I'm just so I can pick your brain on that.
No, so
dig deeper on that.
Look at space. We're the only planet that has life, right? Life is not something that just pops out like all the time. It's not something that just keeps like. It's a rare occurrence. That's what I'm trying to say. And to be a hateful person, to be all these bad things, quote unquote, it's pretty stupid because you're giving like so much. You're pretty much giving the Garden of Eden, and we're destroying it our ego. So we gotta like respect that we are able to live.
Garden of Eden. I heard of that before. What was that?
So it's like I'm just saying, like, it's in the Bible, but I mean, like, if you're not
that's
Christian, if you're not Christian, then you put on a place that's that has abundance, and we're all acting selfish, hateful, disrespectful. When we can all just really love each other and just have a peaceful place, we can have literally a Garden of Eden, a nice place to live.
And that's the thing I like to talk about, because the balance of everything, how the evil people or the evil things, whatever, like you just said, quote unquote. I don't like to say evil people, but when people drive themselves to the negative side of things all the time, and that's their life. It's like shit, man. I feel bad. It's like you can have so much of a better life. And I
not to say I'm good,
No,
I got two sides,
No, yes.
Or,
I know you mean. Yeah, I got multiple.
Everybody does.
Everyone does. Yeah. And so, again,
go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just gonna say that it's because again, it's all because of what we see and experience in our life. We don't think about it because we're living present. So that past, future, present thing, it's all one. It's like right now the past just happened. Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? It's always moving. The future here. It's like constant moving.
Us talking in a recording that's gonna be played for somebody who's listening. That's the future. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna listen to this. Who knows? 5 years, whatever. 2 years from now, whatever. They'll listen to my old shit and see how shitty it is in comparison to how good it might be. I don't know. I thinking optimistically, it's like I'll what do you call it? Be way better at talking or whatever instead of the stuff. I leave those in for me personally. I just like fuck it. I'm sorry if I do a lot of ums and whatever.
We all do, man.
The one I don't like is when people say like then I hear it all the time. I'm like shit. This episode.
I hope I wasn't saying it.
No, you're good. No, you're good. No, you're good. It's funny to play with that because the ego will get there, or self-conscious. I think what is the word? Self-consciousness? Whatever it is. Yeah, you're self-conscious about yourself, so now you're listening to yourself, you're mirroring yourself, you're kind of fucking yourself up with that.
I know what you mean.
But no, what was I saying? I lost my whole point.
Yeah, I did too.
Because we were talking about the Garden of Eden.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm back to that. Basically, people that are going to choose to do that, it's like you feel bad, and it's like, all right, well. But for the people that are in that negative spot, we're not trying to win. I don't want to, I'm pretty sure you agree with this, but we're not trying to win them over to be good. We're just trying to help you appreciate life more. Like, exactly. There is something here to appreciate because, like you just said earlier, this whole, what is this? Like,
exactly. Like, what is it? You know what I'm saying?
And I think that's for everyone to dig within themselves. What is this? Who am I? What am I? Why am I here? And ask those questions. I don't know if you believe in asking the universe questions or asking God or Jesus, but ask questions regardless. I have one of those in my questions, by the way. That's like one of my things I'm trying to develop, like fast questions. Yeah. But ask questions. Talk to yourself more. There's a lot of people that say don't you talk to yourself. If you answer your own question, you're crazy. Yeah. Why? Why are you crazy? If you love yourself, so to speak, right? Or if you want to take care of yourself, you want to, whatever you got to do to take care of your mental health, physical health, and all that. How are you supposed to take care of yourself?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can't always depend on other people to give you the answers or to help you. You gotta want to help you. I don't want to be too preachy, but what are your thoughts on that?
I agree with that. I agree 100%.
Is there anything that you do in terms of like helping yourself? Like, what's the recent challenge you had, if you don't mind me sharing that you had to like talk to yourself, so to speak, or talk to God?
I talk to myself every day. I think you did hit it on the nail. You said ask the questions. If you don't ask questions, you'll never get an answer. So you do have to continuously ask. That's the whole point of life. Ask questions and you'll find the answer. Right. No matter if it's when you're 99 about to go, or if you're 21 and you just you had an enlightened moment. Right. You're gonna find the answer if you ask the question. But going back to what you said about negative and positive people, I think their side is excuse me, the good side and the bad side. I think they're both right, and I think they're both wrong. So there's always three sides to every story. So I take before you have an argument, you should always look at the viewpoint of the other person. Then you'll find out that you're both wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it's like perspective.
Negativity is needed, and good positivity is needed. So I guess that's the balance of life.
It's that yin and yang stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I try to. That's what I've been. That's one of my recent insights. You know, asking questions. That's what I'm talking about. Like I don't care now. Before I used to care about stuff. I still have somewhat of a not talking about certain things because I have to be careful what I say and blah blah. But the not like saying that I talk to myself in the mirror, so to speak. I'll ask myself a question in the fucking mirror. I don't care. I don't know if you have things like this, if you want to share what you do, but in the morning when I wake up, I didn't do it today because I forgot.
It's all good.
But I have my sticky notes. I got this from David Goggins, the accountability mirror, he calls it. And I'm like, that's a great idea. Put the notes up there, and that's a good way to remind myself because I forget shit all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So I put up there, one of my stickers is gratitude. Think of 5 things or whatever, and think of gratitude for 5 minutes. What do you appreciate about life? So you start off your morning right while you're brushing your teeth,
100%.
Instead of like just it's morning time, it's Monday, I gotta go to work, all that shit. It's like I like to think. I don't just that. Positive vibes only? No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like you're really giving yourself some positive feedback for yourself. What do you appreciate about this life so that you carry it on about your day in a positive way? You know what I mean? Instead of like, fuck man, yesterday this shit happened. I'm annoyed. When you sleep on it and then you wake up,
it's gonna be your life.
Yeah, it's gonna be in your life, and then you're thinking about it still. Like,
exactly.
Oh, that motherfucker cut me off yesterday. Somebody cut me off. Yeah. Like on Sunday, somebody cut me the fuck off. Not cut me off. I'm sorry. Somebody. It was a green light to what do you call it? To make a left turn or whatever, and he stopped there. It was green light still, but there's traffic coming. And I was like, why are you behind the intersection? Just go in the middle. You can turn after the light turns yellow, and then I can follow you.
Yeah.
But he stood there. I'm like, fuck! And like slammed the fucking the remote console, and I was just like, shit, I'm getting mad. I was like, I'm so fucking angry.
For no reason. You know what I'm saying? That's his problem, not yours.
Yeah. So I had to like chill out. I was like, I need to chill. I was like, this is why I like training.
Yeah.
Training is not that I come here angry and I release all my anger on you. No, it's taking care. I call it metaphorically speaking, my caged beast. I have a caged beast. I take care of it. That type of shit. I'm ranting, but
you good, man?
I wanted to ask you with that. Do you do anything like the accountability mirror, like the gratitude thing to start your day off, blah blah, and or somewhere the caged beast thing? Do you do stuff like that?
I do. Especially like in the beginning, before I even did jiu-jitsu, like that's how I got into jiu-jitsu. It's like you're gonna realize that successful people do things like that. Those who don't hold themselves accountable, they're gonna be those angry people. They're gonna be those negative people. I do write down in a notebook,
Oh, like a journal.
Yeah, journal.
Yeah. It's a common thing in the self-help.
You gotta write a lot.
It's still valuable. I don't like the self-help stuff. A lot of it is like cliche stuff, but that right there, journaling
is the best for me. You know, that's what led me to this day. Like things I wrote down when I was like 15, 16, 21.
Is that how you?
I'm living it right now. I said I want to learn jiu-jitsu at like I think it was like 20 something. I was like 20 or 19. So now I'm doing it right.
It's
now.
funny. It's like you watch anime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Death Note.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Death Note. You want to write someone up, but you're writing. What is it? Affirmations, whatever the word is. I don't know if it's affirmations, but you're writing yourself questions or things you want to do, and then here you are doing it. Now that's awesome.
It's pretty crazy, right?
I didn't think about that, but
you said something else about the present. I mean, I know I'm going off.
No. Yeah, you're good.
Life is in that word right there. If you don't live in the present, you're like screwing yourself over. So they call it the present because you're given a gift. If you don't enjoy that gift in that time period, like that present moment, you're gonna lose it.
Right.
So if I can give that message to somebody, live in the present.
Yeah, man, live present. No, that's a good one. I love that one because being present is hard as shit to do.
100%.
Because that's mindfulness, meditation, awareness. I do my little things with triangle, like mindfulness, meditation. Mindfulness, awareness, and I think it's perspective. I call it MAP, basically, so I can remind myself to be aware, right, of where I am, who I am, and what I'm doing in my life in this moment. Where obviously we're podcasting. Being mindful of how I'm talking to you, listening, actively listening, and not jumping on you like or being nervous because I naturally get nervous and it's fine, but I let that go. Like any thought, like I don't know if you meditate. Do you meditate?
Yeah, I meditate.
All right. Do you? I don't want to talk about meditation, but because I run out of time. But do you meditate daily? Like
I meditate
got you
daily.
Into that?
I pray daily. I meditate daily. I mean, to me, praying is close to meditation.
I have words on that. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's my wife's big into yoga, and I love yoga. But
yoga's awesome, man.
Yeah, hot yoga's pretty dope.
I haven't done that yet.
And you literally have to be in the present moment.
It'll force you to be present. It'll force you to fucking be present.
Thanks, man. Same thing with I meditate when I do jujitsu. It's pretty weird, but.
I know what you mean. No, it's not weird. For me, it's not weird because I do it myself. Once I've learned to meditate, like I don't like to say better or whatever because it varies. But I don't like to say there's levels to it even. But I put it there anyway. I kind of consider myself a purple belt in meditation.
I like it.
But because I'm seeing the difference when I first started to like now I'm like. And I'm like, it's only good. Maybe it's more stuff.
Removing the ego, man. You remove the ego. Everything becomes clear.
Yeah, the ego is attaching myself to that purple belt title, and I'm a purple belt meditator. You want me to teach you?
Yeah.
But I do love meditation so much, and I see its benefits, and I try to get as much as I can to I was going to preach about it, but really encourage more people to try it. Like,
absolutely.
A lot of people are scared to do it because of the anxiety, the thoughts with themselves, or they think that I call it the cage beast for me, or my Joker, or the dark passenger. People don't want to face that.
You gotta face it, man.
You gotta face those things because it's important.
That's who you are.
That's who exactly.
When you find out that's who you are, you don't want to be that person anymore.
Yeah, it's like. So it's a paradox because for me, one of my key insights, because of Sam Harris, thankfully, I don't know if you know about Sam Harris, Waking Up app. He's amazing. He's great. He basically has 20 years experience in meditation. He has all the experience of working with different Buddhists. And, it's Vipassana. That's mindfulness. Everything is Vipassana. I say Vipassana, but Vipassana. I'm learning about that shit. I'm trying not to be disrespectful to it.
I'm learning something right now.
Yeah. But there's different meditating styles, so to speak, and I try to learn as much as I can so I can incorporate that with my practice. I don't go that far, but there's Reiki healing, there's crystals. I don't do any of that. To anything materialistic that relies on material, anything I have to attach myself to I got to do this. And I try to stay away from that. What do you call it? You good or?
Yeah, you good. I'm listening.
Okay, no, I'm looking at the time.
In a little bit. But
yeah, you good. What was I saying? Oh, I like to play with ideas that other people are doing, astral projection, like I said, Reiki healing, mantra healing, and all that stuff. I keep that in the spectrum, but I think of it as astrology. Is that what it's called? Zodiacs and all that?
Astrology.
I used to be in love and obsessed with zodiac stuff. I'm a Sagittarius. Oh my God, my sign. And I used to be all over that place till my wife ruined it. My wife ruined it. She was like, "You believe in that shit?" I'm like,
That's funny, man.
Because I asked her a sign. Yeah. And I'm cool. It's like I love my wife because she's my what do you call it? The humbling. She's like if it was jiu-jitsu, she's that. You know, from training,
she
and
brings you in the present moment.
She tapped me out. I was like, "Fuck, all right." Yeah, I'm thinking I'm good. I got this. Then she taps me. I'm like, she literally. All right, so it's a funny story, but I was training her when I first started. I was like teaching her a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
First we rolled, I think it was our second time rolling. She tapped me out, literally.
That's
She
funny.
caught me in a what do you call it? A calf slicer. Accidentally, she put her shin against my shit and locked it. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? And she's like, hey, no, I just did what I did with my legs. I'm like, fucking shit.
That's funny. She'd be a fast learner.
Yeah, I was trying to get her to. I don't want to force her, but I try to help her because she doesn't do anything with everything I do. But I try to teach her everything I know, regardless. I'm an open book with her, so she can, hey, just in case I die or whatever.
Sure, she appreciates it.
Yeah, you can at least have an experience to try it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do everything that she's not going to do, and we try to provide that balance. If I get too far in woo-woo town, she'll bring it down like, hey, reality, remember? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, you're right. Do you have anything like that, though? Do you have that type of stuff in your life, or do you do that for yourself in terms of keeping yourself in reality?
Keep myself in reality?
Like, do you get yourself into woo-woo town, basically, and then you're like, wait, there's a reality I'm living here?
I'm pretty in the present,
You're in the present always?
Okay.
Yeah, because I get myself in, I don't want to say woo town, but I do let myself go a lot, and I feel like I get lost in it sometimes, like in the lost woods.
I think you have to sometimes. I mean, I think I need to go out more, you know?
Yeah, whenever,
Woo town, if you call it.
I just jokingly call it woo town because it's like anything that isn't reality, isn't scientific, that's what I...
Well, I agree with astrology, some of it. I mean, I think yesterday we got into the age of Aquarius, and I heard it's supposed to be like the enlightenment time. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, right.
I think the kids growing up now are definitely in the age of Aquarius. So I think about that stuff too.
No, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I'm not. And again, my wife. I say my wife ruined it as in I'm joking when I say that, but she didn't ruin it. I stopped obsessing myself with it because I have other things I want to obsess myself with.
You're living it, so you don't really have to obsess over it. It's life.
Yeah, that was my thing. Every time, what's your sign? I'm like always trying to figure out your sign. What do you act like? And I'm like looking for ways to guess your sign. I used to do shit like that.
Yeah, I guess people they try to do that to me. You know, I'm a Gemini, so yeah, I got two sides. And girls be like, "Oh, you're a Gemini. I can't deal with you." I'm like, "All right, hey, just."
That's the thing. That right there, the judgment already. Once they find out what you are, then it changes their mindset because they don't like you now. It's like, wait, you don't even know me though.
You miss a great opportunity.
Yeah, like, all right, whatever.
That's cool with me, man.
And then it's like they sweep themselves away, and that you like, fine, you're doing me a favor.
Exactly.
You're not being fake and then being a snake or whatever you are.
Exactly.
So it's like it's a I forget the word, but it's good sometimes for people to just sweep themselves away. You know?
Yep, I agree with it.
Like with me, the friendship thing, I used to be obsessed with that, having friends and having people. I used to be very attached to needing people in my life because I grew up needing love, and I realized, I see why I needed love a lot. Yeah. You know, my childhood is all fucked up and crazy. My mom, not to blame my mom, but it's a lot of shit that I've been through. It's just like, fuck, man. But I try to understand all of it so I can like take care of myself better.
It's the question back to that thing.
Exactly, yeah. So
why do they do that?
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you real fast before I wrap this up with you. The journal thing or writing material. Do you write in many different books like me? Or
I got like 50 different books.
I was gonna say because I got like 10 books, literally 10 books. I have one book for each thing. Like this was my 5 subject book, and I was like, fuck, I should just make this a podcasting book. Because I have other stuff in here too, like ideas, blah, blah, blah.
You're going to go back to that stuff like years from now, you're going to be like, man, I'm living what I wrote down.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's like you're logging things, and then you can go back to like, shit, I wrote that. That's crazy. And then what you're thinking then or in the future or whatever, it's going to be like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Or you might come back to a reminder.
Exactly.
That's another reason why I like writing shit down.
Yeah, always leave room for error. So if I say something on the podcast, don't take this, as the end all. I'm growing as a person every day. So if I say something that's wrong, hey, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm constantly growing. So I might be wrong in some of the things I say. So please forgive me.
Nah, man.
I'm still growing.
You're good, man. I'm pretty sure no one's judging.
Yeah.
You're a good dude, man.
You too, man.
You have
Appreciate
a good spirit on you.
You too,
good,
man.
Good
keep asking questions, man. You'll find the answers.
Yeah, for sure. That's why I'm podcasting, man, so to speak. I'm learning, always trying to see what everyone else's perspective is. Open my mind to it, see what else. You said something early, and I was like, oh yeah, and I might listen to it again, like, oh yeah, I gotta write that down this time.
Deeper, you might have something else to add, and you might share it with me, and I might learn something from what you got from me.
Yeah. Oh, like the Bruce Lee thing you mentioned. Oh, like you said, the mirror thing, the multiple mirror thing, and then I thought of the Bruce Lee. Now I'm gonna watch that shit again.
You gotta watch it again, bro. It's all good. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Because insights to me is like important. That's my philosophy. The insights is what I go out to the woods for, what I get lost for. I'm like, where am I? Oh, there's some. Oh, what the fuck is this? I never seen this, and then I find it. And I bring it back to my family or whoever. Wisdom. Yep. That's what lover of wisdom, and I totally agree with the meaning of that philosophy. That's why I love it, because I fucking love wisdom. I live for it.
Absolutely.
I breathe it. All that good stuff. All right. We're getting close to wrapping it up. I wanted to ask you real fast these questions. You can answer however you like, or you can skip them.
Yeah,
you decide. This is just like one of those quick things at the end. So first question is, do you think we're in a simulation? And if yes or no, why? Just a quick, however you can answer it.
It feels like a simulation sometimes.
Okay.
That's a good question.
It's fine if that's a good answer. It feels like it sometimes.
Sometimes it does.
So
maybe possibly.
Yeah. If you had a magic wand, what would you do to make a difference in the world?
Provide food for everybody.
Okay.
That's where most of the problems start.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
A hungry stomach.
Yep. Exactly. I had a story and I shared on the podcast. I was hungry as shit, and
you start feeling like
I snapped on somebody, and he could have had a gun and killed my family or me. He would have shot me because he was really angry too. It was so stupid.
Two hungry people.
Yeah, right. We're both probably hungry. Like I figured out after, like, why am I so angry?
And I don't mean like French fries and McDonald's. I mean like
healthy,
pure food that'll make you energized and happy. Yeah,
that's it. See. That's you telling me all that is we gotta have another conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
With my actual equipment. Because I would ask you a question like that as nutrition, because that's what I try to.
It's important.
Yeah, to promote. What do you think our purpose is?
Purpose in life is to praise. I say God, but you can praise whoever you believe in. That's the purpose of life. Every day every second, every millisecond, you should be thanking God for your situation.
Cool. Being grateful for
every single second, every single.
That's
day.
why I serve gratitude, man.
Absolutely, that's why gratitude is important.
And I the way I do it too, real fast, is when I serve gratitude, I usually say, I don't know who's doing this. I appreciate you. If maybe all of us is us. Maybe it's us doing it. I don't know. Maybe it's the aliens, and then the aliens are us, and they put their DNA here somehow. I don't fucking know what the answer is, but
whoever it is,
thank you.
Grateful, you know.
And I appreciate you not giving me full control of my brain.
Yeah.
Because what it does to the body is fucking crazy.
This whole system is crazy.
Yeah. I still gotta do an episode on that. I don't tell people this, but I did psilocybin, and it showed me some shit. I was like, what? What? I was like, fuck, man. Whoever made us is fucking genius. Whoever made this shroom shit, and then what it teaches you.
The whole process is incredible. Life itself is a drug.
It's a beautiful thing, man. That's why I'm so grateful to be here, and I try. It's like you just said.
Enjoy the present. It's a gift.
That's a great answer. So the train question it's a philosophical one. I don't know if you heard of the Charlie question before, but basically a train is coming down and you have one man right there in front of you. You guys are on a dock, whatever it is, some dumb dock. You can just push him in there. Why would you push him? Because there's 5 dudes down there working on the railroad. So they all have headphones, listening to podcasts, whatever they're doing. They're distracted, you know what I mean? Or they're on their phones. Are you going to push the one dude to save them? And because that dude is somehow going to magically stop the train. Just I'm just trying to fix the question, but
yeah. Let me get that question. Can you repeat?
So the train is coming. There's one dude in front of you, and there's 5 dudes down on the railroad. Are you going to push the one dude to save the 5, or are you going to let him go?
If I push the dude, where's he going?
He's going to hit the train's going to hit him, and then it's, let's say the blood, everything's just splattered to the guys. Oh shit! And then they're gonna freak out and move out the way.
What other options do I have?
So you only have those two options. You push him, you save the 5, or you don't push him, and then they all die. This is a tough question. That's why I try to, and it's based on whatever you answer.
So I push this guy, 5 survive. If I don't push him, everybody dies, or just 5.
The one guy you didn't push. Technically you didn't push him, so he's still alive. But the other 5.
Yeah, I'm not gonna push anybody.
Yeah.
So I would say the guys working there.
So you just hope for the best.
I mean, they work there, so why would they have their headphones on?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to come up with something to test your brain a little bit.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean,
it's cool.
Hey, life and death are the same thing. Man.
Yeah, you have no control over a lot of things. The main point of the question is like you have no control over what happens.
Yeah, I won't control the guy. I won't push and make something happen. That is my fault.
Right, and then if you don't push him, you're gonna think that it's your fault because you could have saved him, but you don't know.
If he has headphones and I yell, "Get out the way!"
Yeah,
it's not my fault.
All right, last question. If you can, it's funny. This is the question. I just wrote this down today too because I changed it. If you can ask one question to God, to Jesus, I'm gonna say that because I already know where you rely. Well, not rely, but where you lie. What is the word?
Where you lie.
Where you stand.
Yeah.
If you had one question to ask God or Jesus, so you can know about where you are, who you are, and what life is about, what would you like to know?
One question to ask him, what would I like to know?
Yeah, and he gives you the answer. He's just straight 100,000%. No, you don't even need science to tell you.
He gives me the answer every day, man. I can't question God.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He already provided us with the answers. We breathe every second.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna wrap it up. Good answer.
Appreciate it.
Thank you again for doing this.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
This was fun.
This was.
I'm sorry that we had to rely on my tablet.
It's all good, man.
And next time I'll be more professional, whatever. Well, semi-professional.
It was good.
You want to share anything? Final thoughts? I definitely wanted to bring up your place of peace.
Yeah. So website is placeofpeacebjj.com. You can order like my gear. I'll give you a discount if you follow me on Instagram. Instagram is _place-of-peace. I teach privates for jiu-jitsu.
Cool. Do you teach privates for Muay Thai as well?
Yeah, boxing, Muay Thai, whatever.
Do you have fitness that you teach too, or you just
stick
to martial arts stuff?
I do fitness too. If you want to lose weight, I can help you out.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. All right, so get at it. Used to be Stickman Dez, right? But
now
I
had like 3 different pages.
But now it's just a place of peace. So yeah, I'll provide all his content on the link.
Appreciate it.
On the description, so please check him out. He's awesome. I like his work. His gear is awesome too. I want to get it myself. A couple things he has.
I got you.
I see a couple like Basil, the last guest we had on, supports his stuff. I see a lot of people with his shorts on.
Appreciate it.
So if you're from Philly, definitely give this guy, support him out. If you want to support local Philly business people, whatever the word is. But yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's great talking to you.
You too, man.
And you'll see him on next time because I love this guy. He's awesome.